Do the thing.
In our in audio. In audio.
Oh, I heard all the music. I heard all the music.
What's going on, everybody? It is Monday night. It is your favorite,
Oh crap!
absolute number one best podcast. What you got?
Look,
there he is.
it's the whole gang.
There he
Hi,
is.
everybody. Wait!
Gang
I got someone even extra.
Oh, we got the full house tonight.
Dang.
We got all 6 of us here.
What?
Even though I can only
Special
be here
event
for like
tonight.
10, 15
Do you
minutes
guys
or so.
realize? Do you realize there are 3 different podcasts represented here right now?
It's a
Hey,
mashup.
more
It is-
content, you know?
It happens to be 3 of the best podcasts out
There you
there.
go.
I'm not
There you
saying that we are the absolute best, but we are definitely,
I'm saying
top 10
it.
on the list for sure. Right? Horns Forward podcast, Vamos Brahmas, and Texans Talking Football.
Hey, wait! What y'all
Everything-
think about that music? That new intro?
Oh yeah. Hey, you gotta put some vocals behind that, Jackie.
Oh shoot!
You
There you
could.
go.
You
You
could.
got
Go
now
ahead
you
and
gotta
write me
that
some.
way
I
they-
don't write lyrics.
you gotta
Maybe
drop
they
write.
can.
Jackie.
They can't
I
do
don't
no
write.
copyright strikes if we
Uh-oh.
do that.
Jackie, who's that
Well,
guy?
technically, we're not going to talk about this past weekend.
We're not.
Look,
We're
I
not.
already told him. I had to talk trash to him already just because it didn't feel right,
Whoa.
and I told him that even though I knew my team was going to lose.
Hold
Like
up.
just
Hold up. No, we don't have to talk about. There is something to talk about this past weekend. Our boys, John Parker Romo in his debut, going 4 for 4, doing the entire offensive production for the Minnesota Vikings. He is their offense because they have none, and he pulled the Brahmas season 1 right then and there. And I want to give a big shout out to our other boy in the trenches. Rex Unahara still long snapping for the Cleveland Browns.
Yes.
Shout out to Red.
Mhm.
So there's plenty to embrace and enjoy over the past weekend.
Yeah.
Hey, Jorge, you know I ain't seen you in a while, man. So you know I gotta pick with you, right?
Wait, before you start your picking, let me do what we need
Let's
to do.
talk
Well,
about
first
why
off,
we're here.
yeah, well, happy Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day, DJ. Thank you for your service.
Appreciate
And
it.
to everybody else out
you
there that
guys.
served, happy
Yes.
Veterans Day. Thank you so much for being willing to make that sacrifice for our freedoms. Thank you from the bottom
Yes,
of our
yes,
heart.
yes.
Happy Romo Day, Jorge.
Older
Thank you
days
for your
in honor of our
service. Thank you for your
Thank you.
service, Jorge.
You know,
Happy Veterans Day.
it feels strange talking about Veterans Day with a Mexican flag in the background while I'm wearing an England jersey. I'm just like,
You're all
wait a
kind of
minute.
confused.
I missed the countries there.
But before we move on, let me go ahead and just kind of reiterate from last week. We showed a little fundraiser that one of our players' fiance is currently holding. She's it's part of her school stuff, the Camo fundraiser. Let me just go through the spiel. Veterans and homelessness should never be in the same sentence, and yet thousands of soldiers who bravely served our country find themselves either at risk or sleeping on the streets they fought to protect. Through this campaign, U.S. vets raise awareness and funds to support our mission to end veteran homelessness in the United States while transforming what it means to wear camo here at home. So today is Veterans Day, so think about this. For as little as $12, U.S. vets can feed a veteran for a day. $100 feeds them for 2 weeks. So every single dollar counts. We hope that you can donate today, especially on Veterans Day. If you can't, be sure if you're wearing your camo, you take a picture and today put it on social media, hashtag honor US vets to make camo your cause and tag US vets to show your patriotism, show your pride, reinforce your support for the veterans. So that is my spiel. How do I stop screen share? Okay, there it goes. And
There you
I'm
go.
gonna pop the right there. You can hit that QR code, and if you want to donate today for the fundraiser, Camo fundraiser. Happy Veterans Day, everyone!
Happy Veterans Day.
So,
All right, you've been doing the intros. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
yes, it's nice having the group all back together. Obviously, we have a lot to be thankful for, not just for our freedoms and for everything that is going on with all of our boys, but we have football to talk about, and it's not just NFL, right? We have incredible things going on in the with the UFC players. I know we've got our
UFC definitely
boys that are
going
doing
hard.
well. We've got what's his name from Detroit, who went from the Panthers over to the Lions and
Bates.
is actually doing
Walked
really
across
good.
the street,
Bates.
and I mean, you
Yeah.
see yesterday, freaking
Jake Bates.
58-yard field goal, and then a 52-yard to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So UFL players are definitely making an impact on NFL play, solidifying the reason why we need the UFL in the first place. This next season is going to be extremely important for not just for the fans, but for the players also. This is where we kind of establish the financial viability rather, and that comes from the fans. So if you guys don't have your season tickets, make sure you go out and get your season tickets. In fact, look, our Brahmas in hiding, they're starting to show up. Right soon, he'll be wearing the yellow and gray. And
I'll do my brother wrong that way. What up, Marco?
oh, I did it. I don't care. He knows it's done out of love.
Chocolate
right?
cake.
Yep.
Hey, you know what? He's asking
but-
for it when we see him doing the horns forward in his photos. All right,
Yes.
I told him
Yes.
he was a Brahma at heart.
Yes. This is us. Okay. That's Houston. I don't know what Arlington does. I
one
knows. I was going to
Oh,
take
there
a
you
shot.
go.
I'm not gonna. I'm not doing that. Although I will say, while watching the Cowboys game, we did get to see a certain stadium in the background when they did the aerial shot. We're not going to mention the name of it. We're just going to leave it at that.
Right here.
No,
Doing
you're
that.
talking about our favorite place, J.O. Cocktail Stadium.
You got to put holes in
Oh.
for the eyes.
We're not saying those kinds of things. It's a family show. We're all gathered here, but there's a reason why we're gathered here. Not just because we haven't seen each other like in person in a while, which we do need to change that, by the way, everybody. We need
My
to get a
birthday's
family
coming up.
gathering. Okay, let's make it happen. Let's make a
Yeah.
big deal out of it. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Marco, we actually do. I mean, that's 100% true statement. But I think
Yeah.
you want to be part of our family, just right?
Hey,
So-
one state, one love. One state, one love.
Yeah.
One state, one love for chocolate cake. But there's a reason why we're here
Do it.
specifically tonight, and it's for the guests that we have. Most of you guys know him. You see him posting stuff in the background. He's all over the place, involved with the UFL and everything. But I think it would be important to go ahead. Oh my God! Yeah, no, we're not getting involved in that. Okay, Robert, I'm so glad that he's making an impact on your team. In fact, yesterday he was the
Dish-wash.
offense, and that's great. And I'm
Yeah.
so happy for him. I just wish he was with a real team. That's all I'm going to say. But
Oh.
let's go ahead and talk about some real stuff. And why don't we bring on our guest? The whole reason why we're here in the first place.
Is he ready to come on, or he was having some difficulties?
Oh, he gave the thumbs up.
Okay.
We have a full house.
Bring him in.
Oh,
Bring
you
him
want
in,
me to do
Jackie.
it?
All right.
What?
Why do I gotta do everything? Jeez.
Everybody
Oh.
get in here.
No.
Y'all
Everybody-
talk about me. I feel so honored. I'm like, oh,
This is-
hold on.
Matthew Tyler. He is the brains behind the whole alternative football network operation. He does his own podcast. He is just connected, obviously, with 3 other podcasts here and probably like 25 others outside of this group.
All the podcasts.
Yes, accolades go on and on and on. But rather than me sit and sing your praises, let's let you sing some of your praises for a while. So, first and foremost, talk to us. who you are, what you do, how you got into this in the first place.
Yeah, I've been wanting to hear this.
Well, I'll tell you guys, I'm not one to scratch my own back, so don't think I'm going to hype myself up in any way, shape, or form. Okay, that's not me ever. You know, when all this started for me was the last 2 seasons ago of the XFL. Got pretty interested in everything, and I always followed football. I was a coach and administrator in schools, and I did some other things along the way, but love some football. The smaller spring leagues were, I mean, do you guys cuss on here?
Go ahead.
We can.
The smaller spring leagues were the shit to me. I mean, that was I loved because you could get so close to it. You could really follow it. It was much different than the NFL feel, in my opinion.
Right.
But anyway, kept following. You know, I followed the first or the second rendition of the XFL that got shut down by COVID. Was a huge fan, St. Louis Battlehawks fan too as well. Went to every game they had that season.
You
Oh,
know,
it
no
was
one's perfect.
awesome.
It's all right.
It
We'll
was
forgive you.
awesome.
Team that shall not be named.
I know you guys don't like it, but I got to tell you. But the step from fan to media happened pretty quick. I saw a group. It was called Ambush Sports, and they were looking for some writers or people to cover teams within the UFL or XFL, excuse me. And I just kind of messaged the guy there, started talking, and kept going from there. From my previous background, I had a pretty good understanding of how to be a professional, and that goes a pretty long way in this field because, I mean, from my view, there aren't that many professionals in the field of media within the UFL. Anyway,
Right.
XFL kept going to games, meeting people, talking to players, yada, yada, yada. During this time, I decided I wanted to start a podcast. It was called the XFL Insider Podcast. Sorry, not the extra S. It was just me then. Now we got a whole gang helping out. But man, it was just one thing after another. That podcast took off, and it didn't take off because it was great. It didn't take off because it was the best show ever. It took off because I worked social media, and I was doing social media heavily with my brand, heavily. And we got millions of interactions that season. I mean, there beat goals that I don't think I could ever do again looking back, but it was awesome. That's kind of what led to AFN. Once I saw that the structure was needed for legitimate media, I kind of wanted to jump on in and help people get into different spots that they wanted to get in. And that was kind of my goal, is to assist. I don't want to be the star of the show. I want to be the help. So that's kind of what got AFN started. It started with a couple individuals and kept growing and kept going. And then finally we dubbed it Alternative Football Network. We don't make a lot of money. We all do it for the love. You guys know, I mean, we're all doing it. We probably spend more money on it than what we make in any way, shape, or form, especially during the season. You guys
I made no
especially.
profit.
Y'all
No
travel
profit here.
everywhere, man. So I know you spent probably the same or more money that I spent traveling as well. So anyway, that about wraps it up in a basic sense. You know, I'm not, like I said, I'm not one to sit here and scratch my own back and hype myself up. It's been a fun couple years, I'll say that. And this past, you know, after the season ended, I was gassed. So I've been off for, I think, 3 or 4 months. We've had a couple podcasts, but man, I was doing like 2 or 3 a week. Now it's
I
maybe
feel you.
one a month.
I feel you, man.
You got to
That's
take
how
your
all of
time.
us were.
Yeah.
I would
No.
rather be focused in season and going hard than chasing all this crap before the season. And then I was wore out by the time the season started last year just from the merger stuff. I mean, it was just a lot. You guys know. If
Yeah.
anybody knows,
Yeah,
I know
I mean,
you
this
know.
is what our fourth show back, and I mean that was since the week
The
after the
championship.
championship game. So
Yeah.
we took that long off
Yes.
after the season.
Yeah, we're barely 3 episodes in.
And
to
honest,
the-
I mean, even then, like I don't know about the rest of everyone else, but I have not had an appetite for NFL or college ball like I used to. I used all my football power to focus on UFL and went all in there. And I want to touch on something that you mentioned, saying how there wasn't and there isn't a whole lot of media coverage outside of what Fox and ESPN offers during the season, and maybe like the month leading up to the season, in the breaks in the NFL games and stuff. But, I think, speaking from experience, planting your flag early and cementing yourself as someone to be listened to is super important, especially if this takes off. I mean, it's a gamble for sure, but you know, if you're looking at playing the long game with it, I mean, you definitely are. I think that's. I mean, it's paid off for me definitely, personally. It's changed my life, but yeah, no, I really respect that about you, where you saw an opening where there wasn't media coverage like there needed to be, and you're like, I'll do it, and you just jumped right in.
Yeah, not realizing like there's a lot, guys. There's a lot.
Yeah.
You start managing websites and people in different cities. It's a lot more than what you think. And like even I last year didn't know what to expect. I walked into it, and at this point now I am prepping like I'm going to war for next season. That's kind of my goal right now. But I appreciate
Yeah.
that. And you guys, I feel the same about you. Anybody that's with AFN, whether they're partners, contributors, whatever, everybody here has a passion for this. And that's why the people that are part of the network are part of it. I mean, like I just said, nobody's getting paid. We're all doing it for the love. To me, I can see a lot of people online that do it for the clout. They do it to be the person with the most interactions, or be that guy or that girl, whatever. But honestly, I mean, that's not what it's about for me. And I know for many others, because I don't know, you take a step back, take a break from it. It really puts things in perspective. But just want to say I respect you guys as well. And then everyone with AFN. I mean, besides the few that dropped over the season, we've got some really dedicated shows, people, content creators. Nothing major, but it's enough to keep us going. The people that are all in our network are getting the access they want. They're getting them to do what they want. They're getting the collaborations. That's kind of what the goal is. If it comes into something great, awesome. If not, we're still doing what we love every day.
You know, we're having an absolute blast doing it. So, you know, that's what's important.
Yep.
Well, let me ask you, like, do you know off the top of your head how many podcasts are under AFN? And can you like talk about a couple of them? So like if other football ones that maybe people out there are interested in, because I know I enjoy finding out these new ones. And I mean, I know nothing about the league they're talking about, but I'll watch it anyways because I'm like, all right, what they got? Like, can I be interested in? Maybe I'll take a look. So what do we have under AFN?
I'm big on the CFL podcast. It's the Canadian Football Countdown.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't know much about CFL, and I really wanted to get into it this season, but I was just too gassed, man, to do another season. But that's a really good one. If guys haven't, if you're not familiar with CFL, that's one to check out, no doubt. Another one that I'm really happy with, and a great guy also, is the Alan Alfred Sports Talk Show.
Oh, he's a good dude.
Yeah,
he's great, dude, man. Super
I've got to speak with him in person before, and he's a really cool dude.
Definitely. That's when I met him at the XFL Championship, and I was just super impressed by his professionalism, man. I mean,
he was at the championship, right?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Wearing
I
his
remember
suit.
seeing him. Yeah. It was a blue suit, right?
Yeah.
I think he was
he was very professional. I think we saw him when we were on the sideline.
Yeah, when we went early up.
Like I said, he's a connection I made from the first year. I mean, that's just an example of kind of the people. You guys, of course, you're great. I love y'all's show. Hey. Now that you're back in action, it's nice to see that pop on my phone weekly. We got Shady Sports Network. You guys are familiar with them, right?
I like them too. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Me and Sam have a relationship where, I'll share his content, and you can find that on the website also.
Yep. I just started following them.
We got Analyze and Educate with Pat. Pat's on there also. Are you guys familiar with Pat Ruffino?
I don't think
the name rings a bell.
Fan, right? Battlehawks fan?
Yes. Yeah, he lives close to St. Louis. I'm not sure if he's a super fan, but he definitely covers them.
I follow him on Twitter.
He's really good too. But yeah, like my thing was last year, I was trying to get shows. I was gunning for shows, but I quickly saw that as I did that, a lot of other people were doing that also. So at this point, I'm more worried about quality than quantity. And that's kind of the way I'm going with it.
I like that.
So I got to ask the hard question.
What's up?
All right.
Okay.
I like to ask the hard questions.
Ask them up.
All right. You ready?
I guess.
I feel like it's going to be food related.
No. Not this one. This one is something it's kind of the same, but totally different though. You know? So give me your top 3 podcasts. Top 3
Of all time
UFL
or of
podcasts.
sports?
Or matter of fact, even harder, of the 12 that you associate with.
Aw,
Oh, I
don't
can't
put
do
that
that.
on him.
I can't do
Oh,
that.
That's messed
I can't
up.
do
You
that.
got to. You got to. You
I
got
can't-
to.
I can't do
You got
that.
You do that.
I
Even-
can't
even-
say
How
favorite.
about
even-
top
look,
12 all time? Top 12
even-
all time, or top 2 all time?
I'll tell you,
Even-
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Everybody that's on here has a different specialty. Okay, that's what I like
Mhm.
about it. You can get on there and click any of these shows or any of the content creators. Everybody's different. Like you guys, San Antonio, Shady Sports Network. You're gonna find all kinds of content, whether it be college, NFL, spring football, whatever.
You are not happy.
That's the professional
Yep.
answer. That's not what
I'll tell you.
So-
Okay, in my personal opinion, I think my show is number one.
There you go.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Everybody
UFL
has
Insiders.
everybody has a ranking, no matter how you look at it, how it goes. Even people with their kids, they got like 10 kids. I know they got a top 3 kids. You know,
But you're not
No.
supposed to say it.
No.
You're not
So,
supposed
I mean,
to say it.
my kids have asked
Look.
me who my favorite is, and I'll tell them it depends. It varies every
even
day.
with food, people eat a lot of food. It's numerous amounts of food in this world. Everybody still got their top 3 that they like.
Brisket.
Oh my
True, you know,
God.
see, you already got answers though. But that's, I mean, 12 is a lot. So I was just saying, 3 out of 12, that's not bad. So you said you number 1. All right, who number 2? I gotta ask.
I guess I'm number 2 too with the AFN interview series.
We'll see.
Okay,
There you
number
go.
3.
You got another show?
Number 3.
Y'all are putting me on the spot hardcore here.
Just
No,
say
no,
it.
give it to
DJ,
give it
you want
to
a hard
Alan.
question?
Give it
Horns
to Alan.
forward. There you
Not
go. How about
doing
that? You like
Which
that?
one's
Horns
the third
forward.
one?
Yeah, horns forward. HFP, baby.
Third favorite depends on whose show you are on.
Well,
Well,
I mean,
Jorge,
I heard-
I
Honestly,
know
you could have
which
said
one-
all 3 of these on here.
I would like to ask you, which is the best one in Spanish?
Hey,
There you go.
I like
He-
it.
He got what I was saying. See, there you
The
go.
one and only, baby.
Which
Vamos,
one is the
Bravas.
best one? Talking about football from a Texas perspective. I mean, we can do that all night long.
We get a lot of that.
Okay.
I get where DJ's coming from.
Which one all of us go to in person?
No. Okay, look. I'm going to ask you a fun question.
Ooh, fun
A
question.
fun question. What was it like finally running into us in Memphis? Like when you finally got to us and you met us all in person. Like by this time, like I think
Ripped-ass
our
pants.
voices. One had a
Oh, yeah.
hole in his
Oh,
pants.
yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
literally shot. My voice was shot. Like, and you were there. You got to capture all of us. Like
I was
when that
completely
change
raccoonized
happened.
with the sunburn.
We were sunburned. Like, what was it like for you finally running into us and like, oh crap, here they are,
It was
crazy
ass
ass
awesome.
fans.
I'm not gonna lie, and I feel that way about anybody I've met. I don't think I can say anything negative. But you guys at that game, y'all were buck wild. I know that. Did y'all tell the story at all from that game, like to your fans of what happened? And I mean, are they familiar?
We've said things about it, but it probably would be better coming from your perspective because obviously you were not there with our group.
Can I say
You
my
got to see
favorite
from
part
an
though?
outsiders.
My favorite part though is how upset their fans got when the team came to just us 8 and started saying "whoop that trick." They
That's
got
true.
so
That's
mad, but that's because they did it to us first.
Yep.
They were
actually did
chanting at
start
it
it.
first,
I
and the
tell you
whole
what.
team came, and we were hopping around with them, yelling it out, and they
Y'all-
got so mad.
Y'all were
Well, hang
louder
on.
than all their fans at one point.
Ooh.
I'm sitting there and I couldn't
Well, of
find you at
course.
first. I couldn't find where you were, and I was looking and looking and then I hear you. I'm like, oh, okay, that's them. So
It was,
I'll
we
tell
were
you,
doing the
so-
echo call for you.
whenever
Well-
what was it, the last few seconds of the game, you guys
Yeah.
were going to score. It got pretty crunk. Things got pretty crazy. I was running around, players were running around, you guys screaming, Memphis fans pissed.
Yeah.
It-
Yep.
The funny thing is I captured so many photos and videos of you guys because I sat there and I watched and I interacted. It was so much fun. I have a few from my phone. I sent them to Jackie. I had a
Yeah.
few that I always take backups with my phone, and thank God I did, because in all the commotion, my camera was on the ground in the bag, and Brahmas players, they kicked it over and kicked it up. When
That
I
was
got
an
back to
accident.
my camera,
That's
it
who
was
we were all
all
chanting.
it was all fudged up, and I couldn't access the photos and
Yeah,
videos from the
man.
end of the game at all. None of them. They were
Oh,
all gone.
jeez.
So I had so much good content of you guys. I mean, it was going to be awesome. But regardless, it was still awesome. We got some videos, phone videos of you all.
Yeah.
I
The
didn't
coach
never.
came up. Yeah.
You guys brought it, man. I'm telling you. Because at first it didn't look like you were going to win the game. I mean, and you were still out the whole time. It was just constant. And that last drive, I mean, everybody's jaw was on the floor.
See, and
They come over and put
that,
the sombrero on. I mean,
that right there is the USFL. What I guess now the common phrase FAFO. That happened to us last year, very first game of, our existence. We found out, hey, it was someone's time to find out. It was their turn.
Oh, thank God it was their turn.
I remember all of us, like the Memphis fans around us, were like, "Man, we got this game in the bag." I'm like, we're like, bro, y'all don't even know.
The game ain't over till it's over.
It is not over. And then, sure enough, all that happened, and we looked around like, "Told you." Speaking from experience.
All the happiness left Memphis after that. After you guys left, there was never another happy time in Memphis. When I went back for another game, it was not fun. It was very dead, and everybody was sad, and there was like 10 people there. So hopefully this season it'll pick up for them.
I mean, they got the new coach and stuff, so.
And they got y'all's old backup as well.
New coach, new
QB.
So
they got, if they want to win, they got to put Vinny in. I'm gonna say that.
Vinny. God dang.
Are you based out of Memphis?
Me? No, I'm actually in Mississippi. I'm on the Gulf Coast of Mississippi.
Oh, okay.
Everywhere I've gone, I've had to travel. That's the unfortunate part. Because, like, you guys were in Memphis. I wanted to hang out, but I couldn't, man. I was gassed. We traveled the night before and then go to the game and then drive back the next day. So,
well, that's what I mean. You were kind of like, oh, let's go eat, let's go hang out, let's go see the city. And then that's kind of when we're, kind of messaging you, oh, we're going to go here to eat. And then, like, after we ate, we're like, nah, we're done.
Nope.
We're good.
I didn't know how you guys kept going. Soldiers is what I said in my head. Soldiers.
So is Houston the closest to you?
Memphis is technically closer. Houston's just a little further, and that drive's a little worse just because it's I-10. It's a little busy that way. Memphis, you can head up north, and it's about 5 hours, 4.5, give or take.
Well,
how many games did you make?
I made 6 games last year. I was going to go to the championship, and I didn't get approved till last minute, so I didn't go to the championship.
Boo. It wasn't worth it anyways.
Yeah. That's the way I felt about it, too.
Dang.
That whole championship game was trash. It was not good.
Yeah,
but we're a little bit biased, too. So
the first game was better. I enjoyed the first game more.
Oh yeah, that was lit.
After that, they kind of all blew their wads and it was over.
They just got tired of being that dusty dome. That's why. This dusty place again. Now we got to win again.
Well, now they got new turf in there, so it'll be looking right come this season.
I mean, they
I promise you
from
it won't.
1991 to 2003.
Them chairs are still dusty.
Yeah.
They may get new turf.
They might have new turf and new lights, but they still got those dusty ass.
Don't drop your beer. You'll make mud.
Because we did. Yeah. So I don't know if we told you this, Matt, but at the championship game, or not the championship, like the XFL championship game, conference championship or whatever. So we're sitting. It's me, Brahma Bay, Brahma Bro. We're the only 3 that are there, minus the family of the players, right? So we're small but mighty, and sure enough. There I go. I start stomping with my boots, and I had the boots that when I
you
stomped,
can hear it on TV if you
extra
knew
loud, and like the guy. So I was in the second row initially. The guys that were in the front row, it was actually their very first UFL game. They had never been to one, but they had been to a bunch of the St. Louis Blues games. So like, man, we'll check this out. Well, they had a beer, and about 20 seconds into the start of the game, half of their beer had spilled onto the floor while still in the cup holder because of my stomping, which then caused mud. Like, I don't know how you get mud in an indoor stadium.
Hey,
but it was we were literally
stop. Hang on. Late breaking announcement. Late breaking announcement.
Time out, Jorge. Time out.
Time out.
I see you there, Romo. Congrats on your first NFL debut. You made us very proud, sir. Very proud.
Hey, yeah.
Congrats,
all I'm
Romo.
gonna say
I see you, sir.
Is if my man, if you see a little extra bonus for jersey sale on your paycheck, you're welcome.
You know who it is, because
You do know definitely who it is.
man, but I'm not wearing enemy colors.
He had a perfect day. It's worth it sometimes.
Yeah.
No.
I said I would, and he told me wait until the fall, because I also have his Lions jersey. But yeah, this one it's special. But I also do have on the way a Browns jersey for our other special teams specialist, Rex Unahara. Who
Y'all making us super proud.
Yeah, and I think it was actually or it was either Memphis or DC where we met his mom and his coach, Rex's mom and coach.
I think that was DC, wasn't it?
It might have been DC, and
yeah,
like one of the things that, and this is one of the things that you touched on, Matt, was like the closeness that comes with the territory of spring ball is that he said well they saw us as a group, and obviously we were sticking out like sore thumbs, right, in DC, and so they came over to us, and it was his mom and his high school coach, and they said, yeah, no, she had said our son plays for the team, the long snapper, and I said, oh, Rex, and she's like, you know who it is? And I'm like, you know, all of our guys, like, they family to us. Yep. And like, I think that took them back, because normally you don't know a long snapper's name. Nobody knows the long snapper's name, but like, that's not how we do it in San Antonio. We know everybody's name, you know?
They know how to pick the special teams. That's for sure.
And, ever since then, I think like that just kind of cemented it. And I remember for the longest time that Rex was kind of afraid, like not afraid, but kind of like
he was shy. He's an introvert.
He was shy, yeah. But it was it was after that he really opened up.
Yeah, this past season.
Yeah.
Well, and
now,
let's be honest though, it's hard for anybody on the team to be an introvert around us, because we're going to come up and start talking to everybody no matter what, because that's just who we are, right? So I
gotta get going. I got dad duty, but Matt, it was good seeing you.
You too,
so
my friend.
You take care, and y'all keep going. I know you're gonna make fun of me when I leave, so peace out.
We'll see you next
time.
Hey,
you know what? We won't say anything when you leave that we haven't said while you're here. So, you know.
Hashtag, wait. Hashtag FOMO for Romo.
Hashtag FOMO for Romo.
I knew he would. Look, did you see how quick he hopped up after he knew that Romo was on? He got his peace out, guys. Daddy duties.
I kind of wanted to see the jersey. I thought he was going to flash the jersey at us.
He just bought it.
Oh, God.
So you got to wait till
put it in the chat.
So it takes a while for things to come from James' Jersey store. So that's not where he ordered it.
Hey, people
it's always the wrong yellow.
People not gonna catch that one, Jay. So you know.
That's all right. It's an inside joke. We'll keep it that way.
Joke.
Keep my sources quiet. You know.
People be like, "What's a James Jersey store?"
Yeah. Keep my sources out your mouth. Anyways, Matt.
Yo.
Oh,
that's why he hopped off. Carla got to go change his pamper for him.
Yeah. Well, no, he's got the spicy like chones from Romo. Remember the signature edition? Anyways, we're not going to go all there. Okay, Matt. So you made your way into media and everything here. You've got connections around the league. Obviously, you know a bunch of people. What are you looking forward to this next season? How much traveling are you planning on doing? What are you expecting to see on the radar? Like, what are some things you're looking forward to this next season?
I'll tell you, coming from a media perspective, I'm looking for the league to be better at communication. That was a tough thing for me. This, the year prior, I had everything set up and ready to go by the first game. I knew what games I were attending and what I wasn't, and easy breezy. This last year, man, it was all up in the air until 2 or 3 days prior to the actual game. And this was with every individual that I spoke with. This wasn't just you, me, it was everybody. A lot of us had to kind of work together to figure out what was truly going on at certain points in the season. So I'm hoping they step up on communication with media this year. Jeff Allstatter is no longer with the league. There's a new media person. So I'm hearing some good things. I haven't reached out yet, but I'm hearing some good things about how they're going to work more with the media, especially like us smaller time media. But we will see truly what happens. In terms of the traveling, it just depends on the league and how that goes. I really want to make at least half the games in the season. So 6 regular season games or 4 would be good for me. But we'll see what happens. The first year I went to every Houston game that there was, and that was what I did. It was awesome. This last year I really wanted to travel, but just could not get it lined up. So that's kind of my thing on it. Now I'll tell you, I'm really going to be hitting social media hard. I'm going to try to go back to my roots, get back on the podcast scene. I've taken a break the past few months, and it's been great. I'm not going to lie to you. Just unplug with the election and all the bull crap along the way. It's been nice, but I plan on really hitting the podcast scene hard, and that'll be my first priority before traveling, before other things. Now, with that, man, I really got to manage this website too. So that's kind of be another goal of mine. We're going to be looking to add more writers, and I'm trying to get some funds to pay individuals. But, man, I do not want to go the sponsorship route. I hate ads on people's stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but, you listen to a podcast, and then there's ads. And you get on the website, and there's ads.
I mean, Jason always says we got bills to pay, but I don't know what bills we're paying.
That's what I'm saying. You're going to make like $5 a year off your Google ad count. I mean, it ain't. So we'll see what happens. But, yeah.
So I do that because it's a nice. Well, yeah, I do that because it's a nice, easy segue into our next segment. That way, I don't have to be like, "Hey, speaking of nuclear winter, let's talk about this next." Like, I don't have to make those transitions all the time.
Nuclear
winter. All right, so you talk about travel next season and stuff. What are there any places that you haven't been to a game yet that you really want to go to? Or what places are you like, man, I got to go see a game there?
DC. I want to go so bad. I've never been up that way, so it'll be nice to visit. Here it's a good time, and really want to check that out, honestly.
Talking to a native right now.
Look, it was fun for us too because we were on the field. Like the tickets that I found us with, that was such a fun experience, especially because we were right there with special teams. So it was just fun. Just the little Brahma, the little 6 of us or whatever. Luckily, we found a couple of our other Brahma fans that ended up getting moved to us because they did close off the snake to outside teams. So FYI, if you think you're going to be in the snake section and you're an opposing team, don't even try it. They'll move you. Luckily, I told them if they do move you, tell them you'll feel safer with the other Brahmas. And we were on the floor. So yeah, they moved them over to us. And our wonderful ticket guy, if you haven't gotten your tickets, James Carr II, he happened to be at the game too, so he was able to help on the spot. So it was a lot of fun. So and even the after party.
DC was the one regular season game I did not go to last year. And I'm
Quitter.
Hey, you know what?
It was the anniversary.
It was my anniversary weekend, so
Quitter.
Quitter.
I'm actually I really want to go this year to it. So
speaking of which, though, I did find the next generation, and we've talked about this, but I did find the next generation of BD and I at the DC.
Thank you,
game.
whoever scanned.
So we didn't talk about it too terribly much, but there were 2 probably 12, 13-year-olds. Basically same attitude as me and BD, right? Whenever their team would do something good, they'd be looking down at us, arms up in the air. What about that? right? And then Brahmas would do something good, I'd give it right back to him. What about that, right? Obviously
Jay's over
DC
here
won
trash
that game.
talking preteens.
Mhm. But we set a great example for
Y'all are
them.
gonna get beat up.
I've been
Well,
trying to
only by players, only by players. But
Yeah.
at the end of the game, I went over because they were on that second tier above us. I went over and I shook a bunch of people's hands and said, "Hey, great game. You guys earned that win. Decidedly, no problem." And I think that resonated, or at least I hope it resonates with the fan bases, because we can talk trash, we can get all rowdy and stuff at the games,
Mhm.
but at the end, right, somebody's going to win, somebody's going to lose. We're still here supporting the league, right? And that's kind of the fun message that we want to get out to new fans, maybe fans that aren't as connected as all of us are, stuff like that. That, yeah, it's fun to support your team, and it's fun to, kind of stir up the rivalries and stuff, like the I-35 rivalry, or, whatever we're calling Houston. Although they're not really in our league anymore, so it's not really necessarily a
They
rivalry.
not like us. They not like us.
Yes. But we want them to have fun with it, but then still understand that they need to support the league as well. So like you can trash talk a little bit, but you want to make sure that you're encouraging their fans to show up if their teams aren't doing so well, like Houston's fan base last year, constantly letting them know, hey guys, just because the team is not bad, don't give up on them. There's gonna be situations like that. The Brahmas, I mean, we struggled our first year, right? And we still stayed around. And at the end of the day, that's what we want people to understand, is that you got to come out and you got to support your team. You got to, give something to the league to keep this around, to keep it going, right? And so that's just, I think that's kind of what the nice thing about that DC trip was that I think the fans were expecting us to be all crappy and rowdy and just be, surly. And we're like, you know what? Hey, good game. You guys won. Congratulations. Let's go have a beer,
Mhm.
And we did. We did a lot of that. So
I think you guys all, I mean, I feel the collaboration, regardless if you guys have a rivalry or not, for sure. I'll say every city I've been to, and I've been to 6 different cities, the only place I've seen a lot of shit talking was in Alabama. Just to be honest with you. Otherwise, it's been pretty good. Like even you guys in your loud state are still not shit talking. You're just having a good time.
yeah.
To me, that's a little different for sure. But
Well, and our harassment
not
is
exactly.
directed-
I mean, me and Jay, we
When we're
we
at away
bumping a
games,
little
I
bit
don't
about
see
over on the
Jay's.
sidelines.
I don't see Jay's face when we're at away games. I see his back the entire, and that's because I'm in front of him. I see his back because he's usually talking to everyone else.
Yeah, but you do see me when I'm talking trash to the players on the field. Like I won't necessarily direct my venom at the fans, right? Because ultimately it's going to be one of them that snaps and comes after me, and nobody wants that, right? But you're definitely going to see me when I'm like, oh, I remember my first time dropping an important pass, or I remember when I fumbled the ball at a crucial point. Like we're going to give
that's
all
light
that.
work though. That's not heavy work. That's light work. That's
But
you're not going to offend somebody with that. It can
Oh,
get a
they
lot more
have.
personal.
We have.
well, we have.
At least you admit
What
it.
is his name?
You know what? I don't know who it
Bellamy.
was, but somebody got real pissed off when I told him water's for winners.
So yeah, that Michigan player that asked us to meet him
Michigan
outside
player?
for a private autograph session. Yeah.
Let's
or
see.
Bellamy.
Someone from Arlington got real pissed when we started the 1-in-7 chant or whatever we had for them.
Oh yeah, he got
and
big.
then
Was that
who
that
was
the
it?
guy that broke his helmet? Wasn't it?
I think so. And then I think it was Michigan, but when you were telling them just give up,
Oh yeah, yeah.
These dudes sit directly behind the opponent's bench, like bothering them.
Yep.
So it's possible that somebody will tell them meet them outside so they can sign an autograph after the game.
Oh yeah, We
Autograph
had
on your face.
invited into the parking lot by one of the players one time. So
We even had a private discussion with Arlington's. It was the offensive coordinator, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
If
didn't
I-
like us
proud.
much either.
If our
So-
coach had a good memory, he will probably be hating these
Oh,
dudes.
how many people want to think about that?
Because when he wasn't our coach, they was giving him the blues, man.
From the Houston
Yeah,
days,
so-
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah. When Phillips was with Houston, that first game in the Alamo Dome, BD and I just lit him up, and thankfully
Now,
he's got
in
a
Way
very
We
short
Trust.
memory.
Hey, you
Yeah.
know
Way
what?
we
The
trust.
way we trust. You know what? That's my coach. I don't know what you're talking about, Jay. That never happened. That's my coach.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'll admit my mistakes and my shortcomings. You know,
Hey, you know what?
that's how
We're
you
just
heal.
a real passionate fan base, and we love our team, and we hate anybody who's not our team. So
There you go.
so
I guess
Matt,
that's true in Bama too.
Yeah.
Let-
I heard like
me ask
20
you this.
bald jokes taking pictures. It was like, "You're bald." I'm like, "I know, thank you, I
You know
appreciate
what's
that."
What?
so that
What
was
about
that's
that
not
was
really very good.
No,
that's
I
what
know.
it took
Gotta
us
do
so
better
long
than
to
that.
kind of like recognize you in Memphis because we're used to seeing you with the hat on.
No,
And
in my
I think
professional
I
get
told
up, you will
y'all.
not
I was like,
recognize me.
That's Matt. That's Matt.
I
Yeah,
believe.
I was telling them.
Like a guy walks up with just a bald head and like, "Hey, what's up?" And we're like, "Yeah, how's it going, man?" And then Jackie was like, "No, that's Matt." I'm like, oh, damn, that's Matt. Okay.
You're
I
not
was
the
like, I've
first.
never
I
seen you without a
promise.
hat on. So
I've ran up to Rig Rocker. I saw him at the first Houston game, and like kind of like hit the back of his neck playing with him, and he's like, "Who the hell are you?" I'm like, "Dude, you run the podcast. You remember?" Oh, what's up, man?
I'm surprised he didn't eat you, man. That
No,
guy.
he's a good guy, man. He's a good guy. I like him a
oh,
lot.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
we're actually we're making plans to go run over and visit them before the season starts and everything, just to hang out, catch up. That's one of the things that's been great about this, right? Is meeting other people like us from around the league that we can just go and hang out with. Marcos and crew up in Arlington,
The banditos.
Rig Predator couple. We haven't really made a whole lot of connections with anybody from Michigan, but they only had like at our tailgating, we
I
only
saw
saw
like
like
two.
two people.
They had two,
It was
they
a
had
couple.
fans there, and that was
Right.
it.
And so we went over and welcomed them with Texas hospitality. Thanked them for coming down.
Gave him a
Welcome to San
Brahma
Antonio.
beer.
Brahma beer.
Gave
I
him
have
a-
pictures
a
of
couple
every
Brahma
team.
beers.
Every team, opposing team with the Brahma beer. I have a picture of all of them.
It's
Yeah.
it's the offering. It's like, here you go.
Yep. The St. Louis Battle Trash that came down here. Most of them were from Austin, didn't even know what St. Louis was. They just happened to have a friend who was a fan, and so they just all showed up in Walmart blue stuff.
All drunk.
We gave them all
They all
beer.
drunk.
Yeah.
They
They
was
all got drunk on
before y'all gave
Brahma
them
beer.
beer though.
Yeah. This delicious, wonderful golden amber ale, right? But so let me ask you this, because we're talking about all these friends that we've made around the league and everything like that. Comparing the fan bases, and be honest with us, which fan base is the best?
Not the loudest.
say-
Not
You can't
what's
say
the best.
AFN, you can't say UFL.
Not the highest
UFL
attendance,
podcasters,
all right. Not the
whatever.
highest attendance,
Insiders.
but
You can't say UFL, XFL insiders. You can't use that.
What team's fan base?
That's tough.
Specific team.
Okay, that's tough because I think you guys know what I'm probably going to say, and you're probably not going to like it. No, I'm not going to
Oh.
say that, Jason.
It's the
You
better
Cacas,
not say
isn't
St.
it?
Louis,
No,
bro.
the
better not say
Cacas
St.
are heavy on their team. Yes,
Oh, my
they are very heavy on their
They're
team. So I'm going to go with
trash.
them just because I've had
I
such a
think it's
good time myself
Only if
there
they
being
win.
a fan.
But that's because it's legal there. I had a great time too. If they didn't have that, then it would have just been
On cloud
boring.
nine.
You guys are a good
I had-
time. I'll say you
I
guys.
had to
can be
use a
travelers.
substance to have a good time.
I'll say this too, though. You see a lot of fights with the Battlehawks fans. It's a little some.
We are
toxic
not
stuff
fighting
going over there.
at our daggone tailgate. We don't fight.
No, that's stupid.
Yeah.
We're adults
Fights with opposing fans or fights amongst themselves?
themselves.
See,
Yeah, because I was going to say I've seen both. I've never seen a fan base turn on itself so quickly.
Yeah, that's,
So
a couple of tailgates I went to got pretty nuts. There, those first few games of that, I think 2019 season was or 2020 season.
yeah,
But that
So-
was I haven't been since then though, guys. But looking back as a fan, even Like I cannot seeing that the whatever the hell it is stadium full and towels
I was just
flying.
about to say that.
30,000 people there. I mean that it doesn't leave your brain. That really sticks.
Yeah. Now,
But you know what? Out of all the
markets-
fan bases, though, DC
That's a
was
good
the most
point.
put together.
See,
You gotta
DC,
come
when
down. I
we
wanna go
went,
there.
when we went, like their chants,
Oh, yeah, it
they
was
were
pretty-
on point. I could understand their chants. Like they were together. They
You
were
guys-
together.
seasoned
I
grit.
loved it.
Let me ask you this. I mean, you've asking me questions. Let me ask you a question. Do you
Ooh.
think with the success of Washington in the NFL, we're going to see that same output in DC this year?
Yes.
You think
Yes.
so? I was
Yeah.
worried that it might take away some.
So on that topic, and I know we already went past that topic, but I was going to say I'm a DC native. I've been to the Defenders games before. Well, the COVID season before they shut down. I went to 2 games, and I'm telling you, man, it's you. If you haven't been there yet, of course you missing out. So that, and then last season I went when they played not last season, the season before last, they played the Vipers. I was just in town visiting, and I was like, oh, let's go to a DC game. So, but you know what's crazy, because most people will say, oh, the NFL team not doing good, so they always fall back on the Defenders. But in all actuality, they love DC teams. They're gonna show up for the United, they're gonna show
Gotcha.
up for the Capitals, they're gonna show up for
Mhm.
the Nationals. You know what I'm saying? So they whatever team they bring in, they always support them. So I can say that. And DC, and you can say that. You know what? I would like to see what you're saying. That I would like to see how the turnout happens this coming season, because yes, the Commanders doing good right now. We don't know how they will end out when the season's over. So, but I would love to see the turnout in a Defenders stadium. But I think they'll still show out though, because they already got a fan base. They developed a fan base. They haven't like moved them like to another city. They haven't brought another team in from a different city. Like they still there. They're still hanging on. Coach still there. That culture is still there that they talk about, the DC Defenders culture. So I think it'll be the same. I mean, they'll probably have like upwards of like 14,000, 15,000.
I think DC's biggest problem, and it's a good problem and a bad problem to have, but their biggest problem is that they're using the DC soccer stadium, so they're having to compete with the soccer team all the time, and so their schedule pretty much always takes priority, and so it's hard to rally your fan base when you're going to have one game that now potentially could be on a Friday night and not have another one for 3 weeks on a Sunday afternoon, right? So I think that is going to be their biggest hurdle. But as long as they can adapt to that, I think the DC fan base will be fine, because they showed up. I mean, we went to that one game in DC, and even their fans were talking about how it was a small crowd, and it was still a pretty decent crowd. I mean, it was what, 7,000-8,000. The Beer Snake section looked a little thin, but everybody who's part of the Beer Snake was there. Like they did not abandon their post for sure. Right. They take that assignment seriously. Now there was a question from T-Bell. How loud is the Battlehawks Dome? Most of us have all been there. I mean, I specifically went there our first year when we had when we first got our XFL team. And our game that week, I want to say San Antonio had like 15,000, I want to say, give or take, and the Battlehawks had 25. Their numbers have gone up since then. They do get loud, but the problem is with half the people, we're just as loud, if not louder. They tend to almost like take turns by section of like who's going to get loud, instead of everybody kind of all getting loud at once. I mean, I had a normal conversation with the person that was next to me, did not have to raise my voice or anything. And it was on a crucial third down stand. And it was like, guys, this is weird. This is not how you football, But
So
Oh,
if they would,
from my experience from when we were at the Battle Dome for the last game of the regular season this year, I've got my watch tracks decibels and stuff like that.
It's the conference championship game, right?
The highest that
it's a league championship game.
The last game.
Yeah, the last regular season game.
Okay.
The highest that the decibels got for where we were at in the Chicken Dome was less than the loudest I got in the Alamo Dome. So
Mhm.
it wasn't a big difference, but it was quieter
That's true.
than the loudest it got in the Alamo Dome.
Mhm. Right. So
Well,
they do have
Jorge-
numbers.
Jorge made a good point though, because that was on national TV. He was like, "It's too loud." That's what he said on national TV. So we heard
Yeah.
it. So that's proof.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I
And we
mean,
only
even
had-
even when we've just traveled, 8 is louder than 8,000. 200 is louder than
That's crazy.
5,000. No matter where us Brahma fans go, we will
Mhm.
make it a point that we will be louder than your fans. We're gonna make it a point
I
Yeah.
agree with
to
that.
be louder.
100% agree with that. Saw it multiple times.
And I think this year, fan base, they are gonna be disappointed with the Dallas Cowboys. And I heard people from Mexico now saying that they will join the UFL this year.
Mm.
So hopefully we can get the dome. And I'm seeing a lot of also the only team that is making changes and is getting prepared is the Brahmas. So hopefully we can have a successful season and we can draw more people, because that dome, if we get 20,000 or 30,000,
It's
it's
over.
gonna blow out the roof.
Oh, dude.
The other teams are not gonna know
That's
what.
that payback season.
Mark
Yeah.
Lillibridge
So-
is working.
Let's
Hope for
let's
hope.
make a comparison. Let's make a comparison. And
Oh, he
here
ain't
comes
answered the
that.
question.
Huh?
He didn't answer the question.
What question?
They did.
Matt, which one is louder? You ain't finished it.
Oh,
From like I said, from my point of view, I haven't been to the Battlehawks game since the merger, so it may be different. But like
Okay.
when I went in person, that game was the loudest game I went to, no doubt.
Dang.
Mhm.
That, and
Yep,
like I
that's
can show you guys
2020.
the video if you want to see it in person. I have multiple videos. I mean, it's not every seat was filled in the bottom level of the
Mhm.
dome, and then almost every seat was filled in the top or the second level, not the top, the second. I haven't seen
Yeah.
it that busy since this season, though. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, from my point of view, that's where I'm at. Battlehawks had it, but now at this point, I don't know, man. The loudest I went to, honestly, this season was last season was the Stallions. I went to the Stallions game. I went to 3 Stallions games. Every one of them consistent. Every one of them the same people in the same sections doing the same thing. And so I don't know,
All
man.
200 of them. That's okay.
It looks like a lot when you're there until you look across. Until
Well,
you
yeah.
look across.
Well, yeah, because they
and
got
there's
everybody
nothing there.
pushed over on the one side of the.
Yep.
There's
Have you?
nothing
Did
there.
you go to a Brahmas game at all this season?
Not this season. No, I went last
See?
year.
Just
Because,
ours,
like,
just the
what-
one, just the one you
section-
met us in.
Section 108
He ain't
is
done it
always
yet, that's all.
consistent. Look,
He ain't
I'll
done
tell
it.
you what. They got their section where they talk their noise, but if on the home side, you can always like front row. The way that we're set up, it's me, Rama Babe. Then we have a few other of the hardcore fans, and then Jorge. Like we're all front row.
Yeah.
So we're consistent every game. We don't sit down. I'm pulling out signs left and right.
Well, I know.
He
I
ain't-
know how you do.
He ain't had. He haven't had a full fan experience yet, and that's
Yeah.
fine.
Right.
That's,
Yeah,
that's,
once you
that's
switch,
cool.
once you switch to the media, I mean, it kind of changes
Yeah,
your
yeah.
perspective. I mean, but I'll tell you this: San Antonio, when you do go as media, the way it's set up, their media space is open, so you can hear everybody in there. It ain't like a lot of places where it's at the top or it's closed off in a room. Like it's part of the stadium in San Antonio, so
I
it's
wish I would
awesome.
have
man.
known.
Yeah,
I wish
it,
I would have known. Because I was trying to get a. Yeah, that's another story. But
Look, yeah, we can talk about that because we already said they need to do better. Do
Yeah.
better.
San Antonio
Hang on.
media needs to pick it up, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, but speaking of media, though, and here comes the shameless plug part. I think it's important to talk about how much of a difference it makes when the group is organized and you have somebody kind of leading that chant. Yes, we saw how good we did as a fan group, just being loud in general. And then when we did the Stallions game, having somebody really kind of leading the charge and getting everybody together and getting people hyped at the most important times. Hashtag hope for hope. Matthew, we definitely need your help. Start publishing that out. We are trying to get Milton Hope, voice of the UTSA Roadrunners, who commands 30 to 40,000 a game, getting all those fans hyped up. He's the voice for Judson Independent School District football, covers all kinds of media. In fact, he even was an announcer at a local racetrack here. The guy's incredible, and he knows how to lead a group. And I really think that for us
Funnest game.
to have that voice in the booth to help us lead those chants, getting the fans, charged up at the right times, things like that. Even with our, I think that game was like 14,000, 14,500, something like that. It was so loud that the Panthers were like, "This is ridiculous. I can't believe there's this few people, and it's this loud." I'm sorry, the Stallions.
If we could ever
was just
actually get to like the St. Louis numbers, it would be ridiculous how loud the dome would be. I mean,
yep.
You know what's crazy? Let me add this too, because he only did one game for us this past season, right?
Mhm.
And the other 4 home games, it was okay, but like Jay said, like he didn't know the guy. I don't know the guy name that was doing it before Milton, but he didn't know how to control the crowd. Like it just didn't fit. It felt off. Like I felt it, but I didn't feel it how I did with Milton. Like I didn't even know that I didn't know that we was going to change announcers or anything. I was like, bro, this feels so crazy. Like how he's just taking control of the crowd and getting everybody hyped. The third down sound different. Like it's just totally different. Like, and I was like, bro, and I literally came on the podcast. I was like, whoever they had, and I started it off. We ain't even talking about. I was like, whoever they had as the announcer for that game, we need to bring him back because that was crazy. And then he jumped on. I messaged him and everything, and he was like, man, hey, push for it. I'll be happy to help. So
I will say, I mean, the culture of every city shines in whatever place you're in. And that having an announcer or someone that can lead that is crucial in that game moment. And as well as getting people to come back. I mean, you're having a good time, dude. It's like a DJ at a party who's all up in, his game. It's kind of the same thing. I heard the same thing about St. Louis. They replaced the guy in St. Louis, and that affected their stuff a lot too. The original guy that they had, they just put someone else in. And I remember the original guy.
They had 2 people. They had 2 people this time. And I liked them. I thought they were really good.
They weren't as good as the other guy, and the other guy was pissed off.
Nobody could beat our girl. She's the best. Erin. She's been there for the past our MC.
You're talking about like the actual like people on the ground leading the spirit charge. I mean more the announcer.
But I don't even remember hearing the announcer in St. Louis. Really? I just remember seeing those 2 people.
Yeah.
Are the ones that were doing everything.
When I went in 2020 and that season, that guy was working the crowd, man, the whole time.
And that's probably why you had the experience you had, because we didn't have an announcer. Why their team wasn't getting riled up on third downs and stuff, because I don't ever remember hearing an announcer. I do remember their 2 MCs though. They were the ones that were on most of the time.
I like those folks. Every city had good on that. And I'll say I can't really say nothing bad about any of the people in those positions.
Were they doing the battle?
I don't know. Arlington got fake rock, don't they? Baby rock, baby pebble, baby pebble.
They got
the rock. Were they doing a battle hawk chant this past season?
The rock from Timu
Rock.
The battle. Like one side say battle and the other side say hawk. Were they doing that this past season?
No. Not
they had a different chant,
but they didn't when we did.
Oh, okay, because I remember that in 2020 when like half of the stadium was like battle.
Yeah, they were trying to do that, and then after the first down, they all say STL or something.
Yeah, that's they're doing that in 2020. The STL.
Yeah,
after the first down.
Boring.
Yeah.
Well, again, start the petition now. # Hope for Hope. Let's get Milton Hope in. Let's start making that difference, right? You want that hometown connection, the guy who knows how to work the crowd, right?
Damn, Jay.
Uh-oh. He was too serious.
So the guy that know how to work the crowd, bring him in to bring the energy so we can equal that energy that we got that last game, that home game that we had for the Stallions. And
you just kicked yourself off.
We need him.
I kicked myself off. Yeah.
So passionate.
And Matt should be in the center anyways. But yeah, we want the guy who knows how to work the hometown crowd here because he lives here, right? He's got the connections. He knows how to make this work. So start it now. # Hope for Hope. I'll definitely let him know, all of our chants to help get everybody going and everything. And I'm telling you, if the fans come out and have the experience with Milton leading the charge like that, they're going to come back for more. They're going to bring their friends, and we're going to get those Battlehawk numbers, and we will be the loudest in the league. I promise you.
Yep.
I believe
That
that.
being the case, though, Matt, we have taken up way more of your time than what we thought.
Hey, I loved
We
it.
appreciate you staying on here. With
Are y'all
us.
kicking me off? Come on now.
We're
Jay is
not
trying to kick
kicking
you
you off.
We're
not
kicking
kicking you
all
off.
of us off.
Hey, I'm posting a video, Jackie. I put a link to a reel of that game I'm telling you about because I want y'all to see it. I feel like you hear me, but you're not understanding me fully. So I really want you to see it if you can. Can you
Let
play
me
that, Jackie?
see.
Jackie can do everything.
I don't doubt
Wait,
her.
don't, because I just clicked on it. It says
put
the
too much pressure
content
on her.
isn't available right now.
Yeah, I got the same message.
Oh,
What the heck? Oh, it's on my
It's you.
screen. I suck, I guess. Huh? I'm sorry.
well then share your screen.
Can I do
Is this?
that?
Wait, what is this under? Is this under
It's on
like your?
Facebook.
Yeah, you should be able to share the screen. It's the bottom in the middle.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if
yeah.
you can as a guest though.
It says
I
it
can
can.
see it. I
But
can see
what is it
Try
under?
it.
Under like your personal or?
No, it's under
AFN?
the. Yeah, I don't do anything in personal. It's all under AFN. Can you guys see that, or is it too bad?
There it is, right
We
there.
can see it. We can see it.
All right, let's play this stuff. All right, so that's it, guys. Y'all see it.
Nah, I'm
They
just
sound
being-
like a bunch of cavemen.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah, I'm just
Oh.
being a
Just
people
when
that
you
should be
said
using
it was
those house
loud. I don't
clean
know about
seats,
the
man.
whole. I don't know
Yeah,
about the
that was
whole
before the
shade.
kickoff. Once the kickoff hit, it whoa, everybody.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Boring.
Well, they definitely
Yeah.
stopped doing that. 'cause
Y'all
They didn't
hate
do
the
that
Battlehawks.
when we were there.
I love
We
it.
Yeah,
definitely.
You're welcome.
This is
I appreciate
an anti-Battlehawk podcast.
I appreciate the kindness because I thought that talking about them was going to get me on y'all's hate reader. You know, so I'm
I mean,
happy
you
about
was
it.
close. You was pushing it though, but this is an anti-Battlehawk podcast, especially after last season what they did in the championship game. Definitely,
Yeah.
anti.
Yeah.
Man, it's you got to understand
Sucker
that. It's
farts.
us versus
St. Louis.
there you go. And
I
we've got
mean
some
all
friends-
disrespect. All right.
All
Yes.
this-
We've got friends over there that we love. We absolutely
Yeah.
love. They're good people,
Yeah.
quality people. They know who they are. We don't have to mention them all by name.
There's like three
But
of
there
them.
are
The rest of
some
them can
solid-
suck it.
Yeah, there are some solid people over there. But for the rest of them, I don't know.
Suck a
And,
dusty fart.
Yeah, Beatty and I made it
Which
a
is easy
point.
to in that stadium.
Yeah. Beatty and I made it a point from the very beginning when we even found out that we were getting a team that St. Louis is going to be our natural enemy because they had the numbers that really rivaled some of the numbers that we were able to pull from the previous iteration of spring football here. So it just made sense. San Antonio was going to be, the biggest new addition. St. Louis was going to be the biggest old, established team,
Old
and we were going to
news.
go at it, right? And so that's where our hatred for them comes from. However, we didn't know that
Spit it
the
out.
Alabama team.
There you
Yeah,
go.
the Alabama team was going to sneak in and take some of that hatred on their own.
Yeah.
So not Arlington. Nobody cares about Arlington. No offense, Arlington. But they are not our rival. That's a fun, friendly game. We wouldn't even care about that. They're not even at the table in the
He
discussion.
wore a t-shirt.
No.
He can't say anything.
No, he. So
Exactly.
look, before the championship game, I mean, it was just like Brahmas versus everybody type of thing before the championship game. When the championship game
Brahma
happened,
Bull.
I thought it was going to be XFL versus USFL. Them dudes in the Battle Dome was booing us when we was coming. See, I don't like that now.
They looked me in the eyes and they're like,
don't
we
like
are
that.
going for you guys. And then I sat there and watched them not go for us.
Yeah.
Like,
So I need to start a petition to bring Houston Roughnecks back to our side and send Battlehawks over
Yes.
to the USFL side. That's what I want to do.
we don't want you.
We don't
No,
want
no.
nothing to do with the Battlehawks. at all.
We'll take them. They can have the battle chickens.
We only have to play them once, and we don't got to see them ever again.
And-
they
and
can't
we-
take any of our
And it's
games.
it need to be
Look, this is a
one of the
good
biggest games
segue.
of the season.
Look, this is a good segue. If we got rid of them, then we wouldn't have the schedule we have. But we have a very special guest next week that we're lucky to get on. He is the VP, Team Business and Event Operations for the UFL, for the Brahmas. We are bringing Evan Ashton in. Whoop, whoop. so
There you
that
go.
way we can talk all them rumors you guys putting out there about the schedule and all kinds of stuff. He's gonna put it all to rest for you guys and tell you
all the
reasonings.
questions, all the rumors,
Yeah.
all the complaints. Done
Done,
after next
yeah.
week. I don't want to hear it
Because
anymore.
he's gonna tell you everything that's going
You s-
on, the reasoning behind, just like all of us have been saying literally since last season. Be prepared. You guys still did not prepare yourselves. But he's got answers. He's got good stuff coming up ahead for us too, that maybe he'll give us some tidbits and get us all excited. But we'll have Evan on next week, so you don't want to miss that, especially if you got all those questions about what's happening next season, all that good stuff. So
I like it.
Yep.
Yep.
So make sure you tune in and catch that show. It's going to be
I
awesome.
will definitely. That's a good one.
Yeah.
If you guys are pulling that, hopefully we'll be able to get some good interviews from other people, that matter in the league as well, coaches, staff, whatever. Because
I don't know, man.
Like I told you,
they're not like us, man. That's all you want to say.
it's all the podcasts, man. It's unless your name is ESPN, Fox, or one of the locals that they really like. It's really hard to get in there. The best thing I could say, I mean, for you guys do your thing and I do mine as well, and so do all the guys that are girls as well that are in AFN. Just represent to the fullest extent. Don't be a toxic scrub. Go in there and be a professional and make yourself
Jesse?
known. Shake hands. Do things
Jesse
to make
Sadie.
yourself. What'd you say?
A rare
Jesse
Jesse's my
Siding.
husband. It's because I'm taking care of my parents' dogs, and she likes to come up here and eat the cat food. So I yell at her. And
Jesse,
here
stop
comes
eating
I
the
thought
cat
you were
food,
telling me to
Jesse.
shut up. I thought that was like wrap it up, dude.
No, this is
No.
Don't
That's
don't
the new
drop
thing.
my
He
head.
was not on his underwear.
Yeah. Yeah, at least he wasn't in
Oh,
his
yeah.
drawer,
Underwear.
right?
He had his drawers on.
no.
Jesse was
He
drawers
was
on.
fully dressed. Trust me, he would not have came in some chones or anything.
So
Y'all
what
leave my
happened?
husband alone.
Dancing behind you.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be perfect.
Is it Whitey Tidies?
Y'all leave my husband alone.
All
Help
right.
me
This
out.
has been an awesome show. Matthew, thank you so much for coming
Thank
and
you,
joining
guys.
us.
Mhm.
We absolutely appreciate it.
Yeah, I've had a good time.
Why don't you go ahead and plug your socials and everything like that? And Jesse said maybe not. Maybe he's maybe he's Tom Petty in there a little bit, if you catch my drift.
Free balling, baby.
Yep. Go ahead and plug your socials and everything. Let everybody know where they can find you. And then we do need to go ahead and shut it down, pay some bills, do all that good stuff.
Pay some bills. I like that. Give me some of that money, guys. You got some money?
I know. Where is it?
Well, guys, you can find Alternative Football Network. I mean, anywhere. Just Google it or go to the website, alternativefootballnetwork.com. The socials is Facebook, Alternative Football Network. Same thing
Way
with
over there
Twitter.
in the
Just
corner.
search it. It's there. You'll see more of me personally, probably November, December-ish. Probably. I'm really, like I said, just trying to focus up and get ready for the season. All of the crew that's with us. I mean, there's a lot of guys going now that are making content. So check them out. I know another one I didn't mention was Brahma Bulletin. He's making a lot of good San Antonio stuff
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
You guys ever want to talk to him? He's a good one to talk to and have on your show as well. Same thing with Mike
yeah.
T. Bell. Mike T. Bell was one of the only people on our staff that got full credentials for the season in Michigan. So if you want
Nice.
to talk to him, he's another good one. I really like him. He's very professional as well. But everybody on
Be
the
hitting you up.
staff is doing good. So I appreciate everyone in AFN.
I don't want to talk to
now.
the Brahma Bulletin right now because he beat me last week in fantasy. Because
But we was on his podcast before already, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him
Truth.
and Mike.
He's a
Yep.
good guy. He's a good
We gave him
guy.
a little spice to their show.
Them two are the only two that I know that love San Antonio as much as you guys, for sure.
For sure. Tell him
What's
come
not to
our
love you,
tailgate.
baby?
right?
But yeah, guys, you
Yep.
can find me anywhere. My name's Matthew Tyler. You know me. If you need me, guys that are listening, message the pages. I run most of those. I do most of the stuff on the website. Just reach out. Hopefully I'll have something going soon, like I said, but I'm just taking my time, man. It's been nice to take a break. Last year, man, I was stressing come this time. Pushing it. Now it's, hey, I'm on your podcast. So it's all good. I appreciate you guys having me. It's been a good time, good conversation.
Yeah, man.
Anytime you need me, holler at me. I'll come pop back on anytime for sure.
So it's always
Will
good
do,
talking
man.
to you, man.
So before we end it, follow us to keep up to date. Definitely thank you, DFN. Like and follow them. To our brothers in Texas Talking Football, go like and follow them. Eventually, we'll have our Vamos Brahmas back up and running.
Yep.
Yep.
So if you
Even-
wanted to pick up on your Spanish, it's a good way to learn. If you don't understand,
Yep.
I watched it a bunch and I was trying to keep up, but it's like I can't keep up.
Yep.
We will show you a lot of bad words.
I like it.
Only me is Jorge. Yeah.
Hey, how about
Hey.
just so you know, I'm
Yes,
on
sir.
day 482 on Duolingo. So, I mean, I can order some food now. So,
Hey, dude,
You live in
You're
Texas.
more than
You should do
welcome.
that.
You're
You should
more
have
than
that
welcome.
down.
I think we should. I think we're gonna start just talking to Jorge to see when he wants to start. I know that he has been really busy, but
Yeah.
if he cannot make it, I'll try to jump in. Jackie, you can join, and Jay, BD, everybody, even Matt, if you wanna just
Come and listen.
bilingual, I don't know. Just
No,
something
I'm
or
not.
something,
I'll
but,
support you though. No doubt.
it's about time, and I'm glad that we're just on November, so we can just December, and then everything is just a countdown to the UFL. So I'm just really excited. Thanks for also having me tonight. My first time on Horns Forward, so thank you.
Yeah,
guys.
it was good. Glad to have you hang out with us, man.
Anytime.
Well,
Yeah, it's nice to see you.
good having, it's good having the family all at one table, man.
yeah, this is fun.
I had
Well,
fun for sure.
wrap it up, guys.
Vamos, Dramas. Hope for hope.
Peace out.
What a
guys.
fortunate, Jackie. Build
See
your
ya
faith. Let's go.
See you soon.
Horns forward.